So, hi Vrushali, can you
Hello.
please introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Vrushali Bagade. I'm a mother of two sweet daughters, and I did my BCom and MBA in finance. And 20 years I was working in Mumbai in a professional setup, and now I'm an avid trekker and a traveler. And I look
Lovely.
after my parents and my children, and a homemaker now.
Super, awesome. So that's like you're a trekker and it's amazing. I'm so happy to meet you.
Thank
Okay,
you so much.
Vishali. So tell me, what question do you have for me today?
Yeah, my younger daughter is in 10th standard now.
Hmm.
And the biggest concern now, all the mothers now are facing that during the lockdown, their kids have become very much addicted to the screen. And not many, like, they're not into sports activities and like meeting people. So the increased screen time is a big concern now for all the ladies.
Hmm. So I totally understand, and that's a very generic question. And even I face the same problem at my home because my elder one is in class 10, and even he's like now because see, now we need to understand, Vrishali, it's like the concern which we as parents face is genuine, because maybe at during our times we've been, all the time active into some kind of an activity or helping our parents or doing whatever. But today's generation is totally different and change.
Yeah.
And honestly speaking, there is always a generation gap, and the times are really, really changing. So the problem happens is, like, just Sadhguru has once said that the old people think that they are not old, and the young people think that they are not young anymore.
Right.
Right? So this happens that even the younger ones, they don't want to listen to their parents. If you tell them, probably, I'm sure you must be facing this, you must be telling your daughter not to see the screen time, and she must be revolting on that, or she must be
Right.
feeling that, no, this is not, all my friends are doing, and so why should I be the one which is who's not into the group or whatever. Do you face such a thing?
Yes, right. Peer pressure is too much because they're all the parents are online and they want to be like with them. That's
Hmm.
also a big concern.
Yes, and times are changing,
Yes.
generations have changed, and Sadhguru also says sometimes that the kids are born through you and not to you.
Right.
So, sometimes as parents, we need to understand what they are going through mentally.
Right.
And because of no school, because of no physical schools were closed during this time, and they need their, imagine a life at, when they are in class 10 and 9, 10, 11, 12, the peak period where school life is so much of fun. Throughout their life they waited for these 4 years, right? Hota hai ki nahi hota hai? Hum log bhi wait karte the.
Right.
Ask, that when they're small, you want to be like, oh, I want to be the, maybe in my middle school or my high school, where I'm the leader, I'm the boss, and I'm like, owning the school. And that kind of a feeling we all have gone through, and they are missing out on that. So we need to, instead of feeling that why is she hooked on to screen so much, if we can just change our perception to a little bit that, wow, show that little bit compassion, that, oh
Yes.
wow, she's interacting with her friends, maybe, with her Zoom, with the thing. So it's like, it will be a total game changer, because as parents, number one, we need to understand that there should always be a channel of communication,
Right.
always, with the
Hmm.
kids. Throughout our life we've been hearing, ye karo wo mat karo, ye karo wo mat karo, ye karo wo mat karo.
Yes.
Till the age we are, we've reached 12 years of age, probably सुन लेते हैं, because we are too much dependent on our parents also. It's an age हम लोग सब सिर्फ खेलना कूदना मस्ती करना, parents ka sunna, and we are attached. There's an attachment also to the parents of a
Right.
different level. But
Right.
once they reach the age of 12, there are some, you must be, we all know this, there are some hormonal changes happening in our body, and in our
Right.
everywhere, each and every chemical is, there's some chemical formation also which is happening. And now the need of friends, the need of peer pressure and the peers, and knowing, and the sexual attractions, all these things starts increasing after
Right.
that age. And they need to get their space. There is a thing that everybody needs everybody needs their own space. Don't you need your own space? Tell me that.
Right.
Yes. So
We
it's not
should
a
be like
problem. Huh.
communicating, addressing their issues, and talk to them. That is very important.
That is extremely important, Vrushali. And instead of saying कि क्यों screen में हो आप, if you can go and entertain her elsewise,
Right.
probably, then maybe things are different. Maybe you can give her something of her interest and not yours.
Right.
What we try to do is, I like to trek, so come with me for trekking. I like fitness, so come and be fit. I like to play sports, so come play with me a sport. That way. You do your routine, but what does your child like? Really, what does she like? Any one thing which that you being a mom, we all know, right? That what is the child fond of? So
Right.
what is that one topic of interest? Sometimes we need to just talk about their friends also to them.
Right.
आज क्या हुआ Zoom में बताओ. So then the child will want. I have seen this with my own son. The minute I've started getting involved in what he likes doing, and he comes and tells me आज ये हुआ, आज वो हुआ, आज पता है this person did this and this person did that. So the flow of communication is on. And then if you start giving any advice to your child also, for that matter, because of course we are experienced and we know that technology is not too good for their eyes, for their health. So all that is good. But if you keep telling your child do this and don't do this, and this is bad and this is good, your child is not interested to know what is good, because they feel that they are old enough at this age. That is the biggest problem with it, which a teenager face, because they feel that they've all had all the experience and they feel that, okay, even I'm grown up now. Why is she coming and telling me? Right? So treat them as grown-ups, I would say. Treat them, because now they are forming their own identity. Let them, don't become like that. I would not say don't become, so because this is direct advice giving, but think of the consequences if you're becoming like the overprotective parent who's all the time telling your child, being after your child. The consequences may not be good. Number one. Number two, if your child is harming herself totally and you know that it's not good, then it's a matter of concern, and then you should set consequences. And every parent knows exactly what consequence to set, right? Consequences in the sense that if you do this, and you're losing out on this, that way. And then you have to stick to these consequences, not ki baad mein jaake are yaar she'll be left out alone. If you're going for a dinner and if you're saying that okay, you'll not be going, and if you say that, then you have to mean that yeah, you won't be going. Or maybe dinner is they are okay not going for dinners, but maybe a holiday for that matter. If you're going for a holiday for 2 days also, I'm leaving you and going for that matter. And everybody wants a holiday, especially during these COVID times. So it's basically how you have to set your boundaries, but at the same time communicate well. So it's a very challenging situation, and I understand that nowadays, but it works.
Both the things should be balanced correctly.
Both the things should be balanced correctly. They should be given their space. Humans, when from the time they are born, they want their space and they want their importance. And it's not with humans, it's with animals also, for that matter. Nobody likes intrusion. If I'm intruding, Vrushali, if I intrude in your space too much, will you like it?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll not like it. No. So it's the same thing with a child also, and especially a teenage child who has a complete mind of her own now. So she will not like you intruding in her space, but definitely if you can communicate, if you can be friends with her, great friends with her. Now, in today's world, it is much, much essential to communicate with your child and to know what is that child going
during this COVID times. What happened was earlier, 2 years back, life was so structured. Like they used to go to school time to time, get up on time. Then they used to meet friends and their teachers, and then the tuition time, then all the extracurricular activities. So entire day she used to be like so happy and outgoing. And suddenly this happened. So last 2 years has been a concern for all the parents, I think.
Yes. So now you only rightly said all the parents.
Was all, it became a problem.
So now you've rightly said all the parents. So, be assured that you are not alone here.
Yes,
number one.
Parents.
Yes, all the parents. And number two, now the COVID scene is ending. And now once again, the structure. See, if the base of a child is strong And if the child also knows, and trust me, this is an age where adolescent age, I mean, all ages are a problem for that matter. It's not like, don't you have problems and don't I have a problem? Whether it's mid age or it's a toddler or nowadays it's a child or a old age, every age has a problem for that matter, I would say. But for an adolescent, they are going and they are now experiencing life in a different way, right? So they have their own challenges. But if they see you, they see, and if you've set the right values, so basically what I would say is, instead of directing the child now, work on what values can you teach her, in the sense that your values, who you are. Your child is always observing you, and somewhere subconsciously they are taking it, whatever they wish to. And now it's on you completely, how, if you are that, if you are lazy, or if you are on your mobile and you're telling your child that don't be on the screen too much, or if your even husband is on the mobile, or she's seeing it in our household homes, that this is the fact. In fact, all of us nowadays, not just children, most of us are stuck to the TV or the Zoom or whatever for that matter. So why not a child? Think about that. And a teenage.
We
So
need
yeah.
family time together. So consciously we should be like attending programs and going outside as a family.
Yeah, why
Spending time
not?
together
That's a
is very
brilliant idea.
important.
You can schedule your timing. You can schedule the once a day, or maybe once in 2 days or 3 days family time. You can set some rules in your house that dinner time is family time.
Right.
When we come, all of us sit on the table and we eat together.
Right.
Not many families
That's
even
a
do that.
great idea.
Yeah, not many families are doing that nowadays. Anytime for that matter. Just set these rules and then rest of the day be free, because she knows what, if you intrude too much, things are not going to work. But if you set some rules of the house, that this is my code of honor, this is the code of honor of my house. The code of honor is nothing but a set of rules which is lived, not something which you just say and it doesn't happen, or people are not following. But these are, being the house, being the woman of the house, you know what I'm talking about. You should have some structure in place for your house, and then probably you can start implementing that in your life and in your kids' life also. My
I was
suggestion to
reading
you
about
is, yeah.
Indra Nui, who is the boss of CEO of PepsiCo. Like her mother used to read the Times of India editorial, and every day they used to read the editorial and talk what it is about and discuss it. So that was a great
See,
teaching she
everybody is
had
not
from her
Indra
mother.
Noori, to be very honest, and every person has their own unique talents.
Yes.
Maybe she does that, and if you can do, I'm not really
No, I'm
closing
just
that
saying
down.
suggestion I'm giving. Like it's a thing like we can do
Yeah,
to
you
teach
can do
the
anyway.
children.
So for me and my son, I talk, because I know if I talk too much about intellectual stuff also when I'm with him, probably he'll be like, mom is just sitting and just talking about intellectual stuff. So rather be with his friends. But if I'm talking to him about his friends and about life, what he likes nowadays, so probably, anything even happening, the smallest of the things which happens in his life, he comes and tells me. And for in today's world, I personally feel that that is most important, that your child should be open to communicate. And then after some days, if I say, this article, let's read this together, so probably the child will be like, okay, let's read, if she's saying, because she's become your friend now, right?
Right.
And then but every single day, if I'm going to tell my son every single day, come, let's read this together, this is the time which we'll spend together, he'll probably dread that also.
Yeah.
He'll be like, I don't want to do that. Oh God, फिर से एक time आ गया, मेरे को मम्मी के संग बैठना पड़ेगा. Why get into that space only? And if you know what your child is, you've done your homework already since before, right? And now don't worry, this COVID is also ending. Things are going to be normal again, and everything is going to be okay.
Great. Yes,
Yeah.
sure.
Okay, super. So any other question, dear? Any other concern?
And one more thing is the parents should be conscious about is the habit of healthy eating and the structured time for time to time sleep and the wake up time. Even
Yes.
if they are able to structure that, then the life becomes quite balanced.
I would say, do not structure for your kids. Yes, you can structure it for your own life first. And then I would say structure means the kitchen is open from this time to this time only. So you can say probably then you can't get food after this point, because it's not about me, it's about the person who's even cooking, and the entire household, there has to be a routine. So you can give him a flexible or her a flexible time. that this to this time the food is, the kitchen is open, that way. I mean, the lunch is served. So when you set some routine like that, then it's happening. Regarding sleep, I would say sleep is essential, but today's generation nowadays, they want to be like, they are like the wise owl, wants to be awake the whole night with their chatting with their friends, and it's not their fault. Initially they used to meet their friends every single morning, right? And the whole school hours they used to be together, and now during the day everybody has their own routines, and this is the one time when they can meet,
They
when
come
everybody is
together
free. Yeah, they come together, and so we need to give respect to their space, honestly speaking. But yes, set some boundaries, set some consequences, that isse zyada late nahi allowed hai, yeah, whatever, but be with them. Okay, Saturday, Sunday you're flexible to do, but weekdays don't do this, that way. And you can, I would say, even rather than saying don't do this, explain them and then leave them. They are wise enough to understand. If they fall sick, I personally feel, by telling me, if Vishali is coming in telling me things, maybe I hear, if I like it, I'll do it. If I don't like it, I'll not do it. But if I'm experiencing something in my life, but if I don't, suppose Vishali tells me, Ritu, sleeping late can really cause a lot of lack of energy inside you. And I'm like, bullshit, I've always been doing this or whatever for that matter. But yes, if something is happening to my health, that thing is registered in my head, and now I'm observing the change, right? If I'm sleeping, okay, yes, I think this person is much more energetic than me, and I'm experiencing it in my soul, I'm experiencing in my body, then after that what will happen is, like, I'll be like, okay, yeah, this works. So knowledge, to be very honest, आजकल अब यही चीज होता है ना कि knowledge, आज मैं बात कर रही हूँ, knowledge सब जगह, but till the time your body does not experience it, you will not understand it totally, right? So yeah, you need to experience. And kids today are very vulnerable. They are very, I would say, they are overwhelmed with things, and it's a, now the things are very, very, I would say, it's not like the earlier days like we had. They are emotional beings. Complicated. They've become extra emotional nowadays. With at a drop of an ad, they feel emotional about things. So even our duty is more now, to make sure that we give them that comfort, that security, that yes, your parents are as parents. You can come and tell me whatever you want to. I'm not here to judge you, and I'm not here to even advise you, because they don't like receiving that advice. But if they can share, talking is healing. And if they can share with you as a parent, being a parent, it will work wonders for them. Yeah, because they trust you. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So, having open communication and like having very like being receptive to their ideas is very important.
Yes, sometimes praise them, acknowledge them of what they are doing good, instead of all the time taking out flaws. This is the problem which today's parents are doing probably. एक क्या missing है? अरे 8 on 10 लाया तो वो 2 mark गया कहाँ आपका? Right? Instead of saying that, oh, good, you answered 8, correct. So the child is motivated the next time to get a 9 probably, rather than feeling ashamed of even sharing, or that feeling, that fear of showing the marks to your parents. So this is what, there has to be a little perception shift, and the purpose of life is to enjoy. Enjoy every moment and the world, and and make if you want to communicate to your child, teach them values. I would say teach them what life is all about, just to enjoy completely, explore, do things differently all the time, so that they understand and that they also grow and they become wise by experiencing different things. Okay. Yeah. Okay, super duper. So thank you so much for joining me today. And thank you so much for this. Thank you for making me a channel through which love and peace can spread everywhere. Thank you, dear.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.